Let's talk about late-breaking stories. Stanford University has a new football coach days after they hit the eject button on the controversial Troy Taylor. They've just hired longtime NFL coach and quarterback Frank Reich. Long relationship with Andrew Luck. He's been hired at least on a one-year interim basis to bring law and order. He attracts people. He's going to be in the transfer portal. I think you're going to see an importation of a bunch of players. Frank Reich, longtime quarterback, former head coach at Carolina and Indianapolis, bad situations, but this guy's a real smart cookie. So he is the head coach for at least this coming season, if not longer. This is a great story about what SDFC, our MLS expansion team, has become, but it's a bad story. San Diego FC Football Club, MLS, beat the heck out of LAFC, which is a really good side.
Yeah.
So they are 3 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties. However, their home matches have now been smeared not just by the homophobic slurs that SD fans are shouting at opposing goaltenders, but a real bad set of fights in the stands and after the game between LA and San Diego fans. Really ugly things with people getting sucker punched, gang fights, and police and security getting sucker punched and overwhelmed. We're going to have to make SDFC games an armed military camp with guns. I mean, I saw the video last night. It was really terrible. So I don't know what SDFC is going to be able to do. Soccer's an emotional game. But these fans are coming, these games are so far on the other side in terms of the racial slurs against opposing teams. And now this set of incidents, I've seen bad stuff at NFL games, and we've seen some junk outside of Padre games. This was terrible. It was almost like gang fighting. So the gangs are buying tickets, and they're coming out liquored up and going after everybody. I've never seen anybody throw sucker punches at cops and get away from it. Cops and the security there couldn't control it. I don't know what SDFC is going to do. So we'll talk about that. A couple of auto racing notes. Hey, we cover everything on this podcast. Formula One, they're going to the Japanese Grand Prix. This is going to really be interesting. Team Red Bull removed its rookie sensation driver, Liam Lawson. He had been hired to replace Sergio Perez, whose contract was not expired. He's been yanked from that ride and demoted for the rest of the year. This was the guy they're going to put with the teammate Max Verstappen, and he was going to be special. He crashed in practice. He had engine failure. He qualified 16th in one race, 18th in another, finished 30th in another. In essence, he got fired after just 2 races in his career. Max Verstappen, his teammate, who's high drama soap opera all the time, he's always got something to say about somebody, ripped his own team, saying, why would you do this to this kid? You only gave him 149 laps of practice in the offseason to prepare him for the entrance into Formula One. He couldn't cope with the pressure. He couldn't cope with the race setup. He couldn't cope with the adjustments in the car. This is on your watch, Team Red Bull. You created this mess for our team. Verstappen's headed for divorce with these guys. This is the last year of his contract. I think they're tired of the drama, but they screwed this kid up. They screwed this kid. Liam Lawson has lost his ride for Red Bull. And as they get ready to go to Japan, what a topic of conversation. We're talking about Team Ferrari, Sir Lewis Hamilton. They have not been able to check off any of the 5 boxes they need to win. And Lewis Hamilton just does not have any answers. There's no reliability in the car. There's no balance in the car. They have problems with tires. They have problems with pit stops. They have problems with the aerodynamics. They have problems with the race strategy. And of course, Lewis Hamilton is so highly regarded as being a 7-time champion that, I mean, he is the magnet for all the media that comes to the race and the race in Tokyo. It's going to be amazing to see how he emotionally holds up. But he's so dissatisfied or so disappointed. Just they've not been able to dial this whole new team in. This is a great driver. And right now, I think one of the writers said, Ferrari's putting a piece of crap out there and asking Lewis Hamilton to drive a piece of crap. Not very good. So, John, you got a new coach in Palo Alto. You want to talk about the toxicity of the fans who are coming to see SDFC, which I think is a shame. We'll talk about Red Bull, talk about Team Ferrari. Go ahead.
We got to talk about San Diego FC. Now, I didn't know about what this whole thing about fights in the parking lot. Now, first of all, and I think I want to give John credit on the live chat because he brought up what I was considering in my head. This is like Raiders Chargers. This is like it's because it's LAFC and San Diego FC. Now, also let me take a step back. Let me reel back. Not all of San Diego FC is violent. It's not like a gang territory turf war. It's still a family-friendly place to go see a game and to bring your family. It's just, it's like it's a built-in rivalry right from the start when San Diego FC is a franchise team, and you got LAFC that won the championship. So this is a beautiful rivalry, and it was wonderful to see San Diego win the thing. And we had that 3-0 start, and got a little close there at the end, but it was great. But I'll bet you that the dial on this is turned way down for the next home game against whoever the heck it is.
You're going to make it a military outpost? You have police with guns?
This is going to be like, the Mexican police. It's like doing a border checkpoint for you. And you don't need that. It's not that. Now, they just need to treat it the same way they treated drunk-ass Raider fan and Charger fans at Qualcomm. And didn't they have like a little jail downstairs at Qualcomm?
It would be, based on the video that I saw from different parts, they'd be filling that damn jail up.
Well, I mean, they got to enforce the law, right?
Well, I feel really bad for the leadership of SDFC. They can't control these people and what these people are doing in the stands.
Then maybe they need more security, but this is not doom and gloom here. San Diego FC is a big, big positive for San Diego.
I concur.
So I don't want you like spooking the customers away from them, but at any rate, I want to take you a different tangent on the San Diego FC. What's your take on this whole Manny Machado angle? He pulled a muscle on his calf. Did he do that fake injury to get to the game early? And by the way, he brought his buddy Profar. I think it was kind of cool.
No, he didn't fake anything. He got dinged. I thought his spikes caught. He did play the next day and continues to hit and continues to play pretty well. It is interesting to me that he's got all his, quote, spare time to go see these games. But if you're playing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you'd have time to go see a game at 7:30 at night. But he's not going to be coming to see all their home games. That's cool. I mean, he supports it, and there's some soccer fans, and it's an in thing to do. So go do it.
Well, did you see in the game when they had him mic'd up, and they're asking him questions? It was a short inning, and Manny just kind of gave his standard answer. But then when they asked him about San Diego FC, he just lit up, and he's like, oh, the rivalry, and it's going to be great and everything. I like seeing that. And it's nice to see, like, the sports community integrating, across different sports. And here is an example of that. So I think San Diego FC's got a bright, bright future.
Oh, I think so too. I mean, his team has played so far beyond my expectations coming to the front door.
Yeah.
What Mickey Veras has done as head coach, that system really works. And now he gets Chucky Lozano back healthy, and hopefully there's not going to be a reoccurrence of the hamstring injuries. I've been so impressed.
McVay kid, did you see some of the plays that he had that header in, playing unbelievable defense? I mean, that's a great player.
And Anders Dreyer is a hell of a player. I don't think anybody expected this out of this veteran guy who came from Denmark. I'm so impressed with how they played. Now, I think there's a stretch to play 7 road games out of 10. So they got that bunch of matches away, and that's where you get tested a little bit differently.
I was noticing that it seemed like there were a lot of home games to start the season. So that's where it balances out.
Okay, that's all things. Feel free, jump on board. Hey, looking for auto racing fans. I mean, we do cover all this, whether it's F1, whether it's NASCAR, will be IndyCar. Long Beach Grand Prix is coming up. You got a question on that? Got a question at Stanford? You want to corner kick us an opinion, please, on SDFC. Have you gone to see the game? I just think it's phenomenal. I wish the hell it was on local TV where we could actually see it free rather than everything being on MLS streaming or Apple TV.
Yeah, that's where I watch it.
Yeah, so we'll invite everybody over here, and including the guys.
It's a great subscription. I like it.
Including the guys that throw sucker punches at cops. Feel free, jump on board. Hey, we get here. Fans Forum chat box is now open for business.